I see myself as a very physical person, and that's one reason why getting Parkinson's has been tough. It doesn't fit my image of myself at all. I think probably this must be similar for most people who find they have Parkinson's. It's like a bolt from the blue, and it just takes a while to get used to. That first year or so is hard. It was hard for me. I didn't want to talk about it. It wasn't that I was in denial. I really believed that I had it and started trying to find out as much as I could about it. I didn't know anyone else with Parkinson's. I had no one to talk to. I guess I was really hungry to talk to other people with Parkinson's. At first, all you can do is project into the terrible images you've seen and heard about of people who've had Parkinson's for many years and have real afflictions. Every time I would feel a little twinge in my right side, the side with my tremor, I think, oh God, here it comes. But then you finally get over that. You finally somehow just work your way out of that. I guess you just mourn as much as you can and then start living in the moment, which is, of course, what we should always do and what you always say you're going to do. Having an incurable disease really teaches you how to do that. It becomes easier to adopt that philosophy, and that makes the world different once you start living in the moment. You say yes to everything. You make time for things you didn't think you had time for. You listen to people better. You appreciate everything. You always thought you had all the time in the world as an able-bodied person. And you'd probably be able to be fairly able-bodied till the end, and now you know you probably aren't going to be. And that makes a difference. That makes you appreciate every little thing you can do now. It just seems so much easier to tell people how much I appreciate something about them or something they've done or just the person that they are. And my family too. I just appreciate all of them, but it's just so much easier to say, I love you to people. I wonder why that is. It's like being stripped down a bit of some of the, like an onion peels off, and you've gotten a few layers peeled off of you by virtue of learning you had Parkinson's, and then you're a bit raw, but you're also so much more exposed that it's kind of the real you, or maybe the better you or something underneath. I remember being surprised when I read Michael J. Fox's Lucky Man. How could he say he was lucky? He got struck down by Parkinson's when he was 30 years old. But then you do realize how it's almost as if he's a different person, that he's changed so much as a result of having Parkinson's, and life is really better even though he has Parkinson's. Because of his internal changes. And the external doesn't seem as important. I don't any longer see it as a terrible affliction. And not fair. I had my knee problems. I thought that was going to be it. But you get over that too, and it seems to make it worthwhile. I I remember, they talk so much about people being in denial, especially at first when they get Parkinson's. And I remember walking out of Kaiser and thinking, oh my God, I have Parkinson's. Well, now, he could be wrong. There's no real definitive test, all these little neurological tests, but he could be wrong. I could see another doctor and get a second opinion. And I walked down a few more steps and I said, who are you kidding? You have Parkinson's. It's not going to help running to more doctors. It's better to just accept it and try to find out what it means and how to live with it. The reason I didn't talk about it for almost a year, except to those really close to me, was because I kept being afraid of two things. One was that people would patronize me. They'd say, oh dear, how are you, sweetie? How are you doing? Every time I saw them, they'd be asking me how I was. They'd pity me. I couldn't stand that idea. And the second thing I feared was I was going to be a different person. Instead of being the old Jill that I think of myself as, I would be Parky Jill. I would be the woman with Parkinson's first. And I hated that idea that people would just look at me and all they could think of is that I had Parkinson's. If it tries to slow me down, I'm going to try to speed up. If it tries to bend me forward, I'm going to go bending back. Anything I see Parkinson's trying to do, I try to find the opposite antidote for it and do that. It's good for you mentally because it's like you're taking some control. You have some power over it. You're not just waiting for things to happen. You're fighting back.